stupid ass Donphan is blocking off Arcanine there, but today we're using Arcanine, which is my favorite Pokemon of all time. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest when it comes to battles. I kind of tried to build a team around it. I was hoping to have a lot more fun with this episode, but Arcanine is really difficult to use, especially to build a team, like to focus on Arcanine, for example, like your win condition, that's near impossible, and then to do it as sort of to build around Arcanine really isn't that great either. But what I did was I threw in Arcanine here. It has the usual set of extreme speed, close combat, flare blades, and wild charge. It has a life orb. I have it with flash flyer so that it can pair up with the Scizor and also the Amoonguss that I have. I figured they would work out pretty well together. I have the Donphan here because it can get rid of rocks and also throw some rocks out, so that'll over time cause some damage, so that then if I really needed to, I can have Arcanine just come in and sweep, hopefully with extreme speed. The only issue is that, he loses a lot of HP from that. That's the main issue with Arcanine, is that there's really no way to give it any lasting power. You put a choice band on it and then go in for flare blades, and that does a lot of damage, but you hurt yourself a lot, and then also he's not really that fast. So I usually try using Morning Sun on it as well, but that usually doesn't end up working out. We also have here the Gengar and the Starmie, just to round out the type coverage with the special attackers there, since I have 3 physical attackers on the other side, and Amoonguss is kind of just there to take up hits. My opponent has the Swampert, Latios, what is this goddamn thing called? Minchao? Yeah, Minchao, Aerodactyl, Gengar, and Keldeo. So a pretty solid team. They're not very bulky at the very least, so I'm hoping that, between Scizor and Arcanine we can break through in it. So I'm assuming they'll probably start out with the Aerodactyl or the Minchao. So I go ahead and go in for my Donphan here. They actually started with the Keldeo, which I guess they predicted my Donphan. So I go and switch into Starmie. Hits me with the Hydro Pump, which doesn't really do too much damage. He switches out, goes into their own Swampert. I go for the Thunderbolt. Obviously, that doesn't do any damage. So then I switch up, going to the Scald. It throws out the rocks, probably maybe predicting I would switch, because usually Starmie is locked into a move, but I actually use an Assault Merit. I get hit with a Earthquake, doesn't do much damage, so I switch, go into my Amoonguss here. He actually goes for another Stealth Rock. I guess he thought I was going to go for Rapid Spin before I die, but that didn't work. So he switches out, put the Latios to sleep. I switch after that, go into Frandle here. Unfortunately, there's not really much that I can do with Frandle. I go for an Earthquake, thinking that maybe he would have switched into the Gengar, but he does not. Actually, he stays in and Levitate fucks up. I at least get rid of the rocks. I hit this thing with an Ice Shower. It does a decent amount of damage, but after a Psychic, I am dead. So I switch, go back into Amoonguss here, who's unfortunately weak to Psychic. It takes a good chunk of damage, but then I put this thing back to sleep once again. I switch, this time going to Kenshiro. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to set up, which would have been nice, but instead I have the knockoff, which can get rid of that thing. I get the hell out of there because it's justified and I'm locked in. So I go here into Great Ball, absorb that Scald relatively well. Then he switches out, goes into the Aerodactyl, and who I obviously put to sleep, because what else is Great Ball gonna do? After that I switch, I go into Starmon here. He Mega Evolves, unfortunately, to Mega Aerodactyl, and wakes up instantly and finishes me off with an Aerial Ace. I go here to Kenshiro. He switches out, goes into a Swampert, and obviously I went for the Bullet Punch. It doesn't really do much to Swampert. There's not really much that I can do, so I get the hell out of there. Going to Great Ball again. He throws out the rocks, which really sucks, because there's not really much that I can do about them now that Frandle is dead. So I go hit Toxic on the Swampert after taking an Earthquake decently well. He hits me with another Earthquake, which does a good chunk of damage. I go for the Clear Smog just because there's really no other move that I have to do any damage. And I also don't have the Synthesis on this set, so that's really lame. So down goes my Amoonguss, and then after that I go into Defil here, go for the Energy Ball. Managed to get rid of the Swampert pretty easily, but unfortunately he goes into Aerodactyl, which is hella faster, but unfortunately it misses. But I'm locked into Energy Ball, which does a good chunk of damage, but not enough to really take it down. After that I go down after the second Stone Edge, and then I go into Kenshiro, hoping that the Bullet Punch will finish it off, which it does, which is nice. But unfortunately there's not really much that I can do against this Keldeo here, so I switch, unfortunately, go into My Arcanine here who gets destroyed. Great way to showcase my favorite Pokemon. Then I go here back into Kenshiro, get a Hydro Pump, and I die. Stay fresh.